figured I would take a moment and try and introduce you guys to a new game I've been super stoked about. It's called Monster Train. Let's start from the beginning. So if anyone is familiar with roguelike or deck building games, this is a combination of those. Gameplay takes place on a train full of monsters. There are 3 different floors, and you play cards on each floor, and then combat ensues. Pretty intuitive game. If you are familiar with something to the likes of Slay the Spire, this would probably be an easy pickup for you. So I'm just gonna start a new run here. Just a second. All right, cool. There we go. So there are a couple of different factions that you get to play with. I believe there are 5. You use 2 factions simultaneously. One is your main faction where you get a champion, and another faction that you draft cards into your deck to add to your pool, and they sort of try and synergize with each other. I play most of my games with random faction assignments. So I'm going to go a little quickly here through this game so that we can get to the drafts. Feel free to ask any questions in chat, and I will definitely be looking to answer them. Oh, hey, what's up, dude? Good to see you. So there's a combination of creatures and spells. Creatures, you play 1 time for the most part, and if they die, they die. And spells cycle through your deck over and over and over again, so as you shuffle them back in, you get the chance to play them again. So I'll pause briefly before I end my turn and show you what everything looks like before you go to combat. So combat looks hectic and you can control the speed, and that's just the animations, but everything resolves after you play all your cards, not as you play them. So the outcome of the battle will show up here, and then combat plays itself out. So as I mentioned, there's 3 floors that you play on. For the most part, enemies start on the bottom floor, and after every round, they move themselves up. And the only way to really stop an enemy from moving up is to kill them before they get to the next floor up. In between every fight, there's like a little hub that gives you choices to buy new units, upgrade your units or your spells. Every non-boss floor has the option to make your trial a little more, or your challenge a little more difficult by adding a trial option. So I'm going to turn this on. Non-boss enemy units get +4 to their attack, and as a reward, I will get to draft a rare unit into my deck. No. Have one tanky floor. Let's get one spiky floor. Let's see if maybe we can get another... I don't want another one at this point. I want multi-strike there. Oh, hey, what's going on, Mario? This game is called Monster Train, and it is exactly what it sounds like. You place monsters on a train, and they fight each other. Oh, 95? Well, poop. Maybe this thing will make me some money. If you've played any other roguelike deck builders, something like Slay the Spire, this is just kind of that, only 3 times at once. There we go. This did give me 10 extra gold, so I can go back and put multi-strike on my unit that attacks and debuffs an entire row. Yeah, I'm rushing through this so that we can get to doing some drafts. Otherwise, I'd be, hit me up sometime. I'd be happy to give you more info or play a slower game if you wanted to watch. Triggers twice. It's bad. Let's do... go. Oh, I don't want to lose my mans here. Yeah, dude, definitely. That has been... I think from day one, just making sure that people still knew that we were here, that we were available to them. I love running the drafts, not just because I get to play Magic, but the interaction was awesome. And, not being there 3 or 4 days a week started to feel very strange. I'm going to lose that guy, but I get to save my main dude. Nice. Alright, everything is coming up Millhouse. Yes. Still more. And there we go. Heck yeah, Monster Train. This is going to be another bad one. So when a boss unit spawns, you just get one more time to play cards, and then they will auto-combat until either your units on the floor die or the boss dies. And again, up here you can see what how combat will resolve. You play all of your cards before you end your turn and let combat carry out. Two, 4. Do I have problems with mana? Every time you beat a boss, you choose whether to draw an extra card every turn, get an extra mana every turn, or gain an extra space on your train car. I'm gonna take that. I'm gonna take an extra space on my train car. Honestly, in regards to playing Magic in person, there was a long time where I was pretty much only playing Magic just through the MTGO client and showing up maybe for every other pre-release. It's really only been like the last year and a half that I have been, not just working at the store, but also making an effort to come and play in person more. So like it super sucks to have just gotten back into it and to feel like it's you know, when you can do it again. Yeah, nice to hear from you again, man. If, like I said, you ever want to talk, play the game, let me know. I'm around. Ooh, excuse me, I will be right back. Okay, sorry about that. Made friends with a stink bug that I had to put back outside. So there are 3 bosses in total. And each of them has like a variance as well. So you really aren't ever playing the same game. Alright, so we have 2 more battles. Taking all of the hard challenges. Oh, wow. I didn't actually know that you could get a full hand in this game. That's a shame. I thought I'd be able to take him down on the first floor. You get more points for doing so. Yeah, let's wait a minute. That seems fine. Yeah, we're gonna spend the money here real fast. Ah, there's nothing. There's nothing to spend the money on. What have we done? Alright, last fight. Consume the first spell played each turn. Consume is exile. Remove it from the game. There's a separate mechanic, Purge, that is similar, except it... you lose it for the entire run. Oof. All right. Nice, easy game. Again, sorry for not narrating as much as I would have liked to. I was trying to get through that relatively quickly. But I'm going to take 2 minutes and then we're going to go ahead and start on some drafts. Draft time is coming. All right. Cool. 2 minutes. I will be right back. Oh, cool. I never actually unmuted myself. That's alright. I was not saying anything worthwhile, even a little bit. Alright, we're gonna do the old Jeff Novikov and get our 3 colors on turn 3. Because we are so lucky. This hand is shaping out to be something, but gotta say, one piece of removal or this checkpoint officer are well positioned to make us not have so much fun. We're gonna go like this. Get us a little 3/4 flyer. Looks like our opponent's got, maybe not cycling? No, this can't be a cycling deck. At this point, he hasn't shown me enough. Oh, hey, how's it going, Skylar? Oh, it's no problem. I just started playing this draft. I was playing a game called Monster Train for about 30 minutes, so you made it here just in time, dude. Okay. I'm just gonna play out another one. I'm good. Yeah, this is all pretty fine. Not sure what this guy can be on. It's not cycling. Oh yeah, dude, anytime. I mean, hey, if you talk, I'm gonna talk to you. I would much prefer I wasn't here all night talking to just a screen. Alright, so our opponent's gonna tap down our Heron. We don't have to do anything exciting pre-combat. Let him use his mana up. I think our best bet right now is to go... Let's take a look. We got all our colors, and we got a tricolor. God. Let's grab another blue. Dude, hell yeah. I mean, I will not say no to company. I mean, yeah, ultimately, I'd love to be chatting while I was doing this. I'm pretty accustomed to sitting in front of the screen with, you know, 1 or 2 people next to me and playing out matches, but wow. I didn't expect that. I'm not gonna block. He's trying to figure out if he should cycle to force for 2 more damage or save himself from just taking 1. All right. That's it. It's 3. Yeah, I can't do it. So I'll just jam my 1 damage in. Dude, I've been pretty good. You know, if you've tuned in before, I probably mentioned my wife and I are expecting a little girl in August, so a lot of my office is now a nursery, but, you know, just kind of dealing with isolation life while expecting and, you know, hanging in there. I work a full-time job Monday through Friday, 7 to 3, and relax in the evenings. Thanks, man. How about you? How are you and yours holding up through all of this? Oh man, well, good luck to you. Can't really give you any advice except for Even if you're not really trying, it can happen. But I'm stoked. It's a super exciting time. Wow, double channeled force. What is this man? I don't know if I've seen you in the store before, but are you from the Chicagoland area, the suburbs? Alton. I'm looking this up. I got no idea where that is. Oh, it's right on the border, Illinois and Missouri. Dang. I don't, I've actually never been out that way. No, for the few places I've been, St. Louis is not one of them, or Missouri in general. But that's awesome. I mean, I have friends from down there who make the trip up every now and then to play at the store, but yeah, it's super cool that you know, still keep in touch with us, even though we're not local. Okay. Yeah, cool. I do know where Decatur is, yeah. Alright. Opponent could have like a keep safe or something. Oh, Blade Banish. Nice. Well, fair enough. I don't know, I haven't lived very many places, but I've stayed over in a couple, basically to know that at a certain point, most places are the same. If you want a big city, you can find a big city anywhere. If you want somewhere small and quiet, you can find that anywhere too. Oh, how lucky. We're the best. J.C. Klaus never saw it coming. Oh, just like that, we're not gold boys anymore. Back up to platinum. Oh, I don't know, man. Like I am not a like Chicago boy by any means. I don't really care for the city. Um, but like I love that it's there. I mean, I love the city, don't get me wrong. I don't care to live there. Like, you know, we're on the most northern border of Chicago technically, and um you know, we venture in for good food and drink and, you know, time away, but I don't know, my heart is not there to live. Other than that, like I love it. I love the surrounding area. I love how accessible everything is here. We go first. This is a bad hand. This is a considerably better hand. And we gotta get rid of the mentor because everything else sticks. I like having access to the people when I want to see them, and I like having privacy when I want that as well. For me, it's about striking a balance. You know, I I really like that if I wanted to be downtown, I could be there in 15 minutes. But I really like, conversely, that if I wanted to be very far away from people, it's just about, you know, 20 to 40 minutes in the other direction. Illinois goes from Chicago to like Antioch pretty quickly, honestly. It's not bad for a go first deck. I could really stand, to draw. Yeah, go ahead, man. Could live anywhere on Earth. Where would it be and why? Um, God, that's tough. I mean, we're in the process of considering a move up north to be closer to her family. And that, Minnesota is where I'm talking about. I wouldn't even say that that's like, ideal territory. I've I've always had like a soft spot for England. It seems I'm very much like a man of comfort and consistency, and enough about their culture feels, familiar, like familiar enough to warrant my being there, but also like new and novel enough for me to always be interested by something. Um, but honestly, I haven't been there, and so I sort of just romanticize it like that. What about you? Same question. Alright, so it looks like our opponent was stuck with that red for a while. And I think that's going to be game. Yeah, he doesn't know I have the pacifism. Let's see what I get off the top. Alright, it's a card. It's a card too. Yep. So it's there. This on this boy. Come across with everybody. I mean, weed is on its way to legality here. I mean, it's been decriminalized in so many major places at this point that, and that's a tough sell. I don't think I could move to another country. And dude, I don't know. Look into that Australia thing a little bit more because they definitely have their own. They have their own sordid history. They have their own race relations. They have pretty. They have some pretty hot topics over there as well between Australians and some of the Aboriginals. And if you think we're the only ones who are dealing with people being bad people, think again, man. I do love Australia, however. I love a lot of, there are a couple of their bands that I'm super into, and, growing up playing games online, like World of Warcraft, I made friends with a lot of people who were Australian. You know? Wherever you wind up, I hope you're surrounded by people who generally got your best interest in mind. That's all we can hope for. Just building bigger and better communities around ourselves. Doesn't matter where you are, as long as you're putting good out there, you'll probably get some back, man. Good game for Bid. He didn't want to give that one up, but it didn't look like it was going his way. We took this from 2-2 to 5-2 pretty quickly. Let's see if we can't get another couple in here. Yeah. I mean, that's always the case, right? At some point, you got to make the conscious effort to rise above. Hard and bad aren't the same thing, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's hard, but you grow from having to do the right thing over and over and over again. And I mean, I don't know if our definitions differ greatly, but that's what being a good person is, right? Not giving in to that instinct. I'm just setting up to like mitigate right now. I mean, I'm at least taking 7 this turn. And assuming my board state stays the same, I can mutate on the Farfinder and still have Ram through up and keep gaining life while attacking. Yeah. Okay, so this isn't bad. Mutate, fix my mana a little bit more. Yeah, I got a lot of blue in hand and not much of anything else. See, I'm sitting on 6 mana, which isn't a whole lot. Okay, well, that's not my favorite. Not really what I expected either. It's pretty bad for us, actually. Yikes. Yeah, I don't think there was any recovering from that back for more. It was very good. Alright, 5 and 3 from 2 and 2 is not bad at all. Let's fire up another draft. We made all our money back, right? Oh, that was quick. All right, here we go. Pick one, pack one. We're not doing this anymore. I'm gonna grab this Flourishing Fox, and we're gonna try and be Cycly Boys. And there were no 1 mana cyclers. Oh, bummer. We get 2 mana cycler, I guess. All right. This might be a cycling deck that does not pan out. Memory Leak. Pick up all the 1-mana cyclers we can. We got 3 packs to make this deck work. Flourishing Fox is a great payoff card. There'll be plenty of others for us to pick up along the way. We got 2 more 1-mana cyclers here. No matter what we pick up. I like Startling Development. You've heard me say before, cycling is a toolbox deck. And you like to pick up your utility cards. You know, red, white, blue, I think is not as common as just straight red, white, but some of the blue cards you splash for are and have the potential to be super relevant. Who's holding this up? Yeah, this guy has no idea what's going on. We're not even looking at the other cards in the decks. We are just picking up cycling cards. Oof, not a thing here for us. Well, no cycling in this one either. I mean, it's almost certain that somebody else in here is cutting us. God, that's so super late. But it's just not us. It's just not who we are. I mean, 7 other packs. I think it's safe to assume someone opened a Zenith Flare and is also trying to force it. My hope is that they are, like, here and this next pack is very good to me. Because I'm getting cut so hard in pack 1, it really does just leave pack 2 to make the deck. I mean, unless somebody else is less committed than we are and they give up. But it's not usually the case. There's an abundance of cards to support cycling. we go, pack 2. I mean, this is the pick. It's not a cycling payoff card. But it is a card that we can play, and likely will. Jeez, come on, boys. Please, please, some cards, please. This is just actually a bad pack. Even if we weren't forcing cycling right now, that is not a mess of cards you want to see. Ooh, I'm going to take the Divine Arrow here because it's removal. This is not panning out. We could have had a double Porcuparrot deck, which would have been super cool. Hey, Johnny, how's it going? Yeah, some people just really need to think and think and think about it. I'll take the other one, Monocycler. I mean, that being said, I don't know what their win rates are compared to mine. You know, I only play my one way, and like usually it's just like that. But um, I've watched some streamers whose success rate is a lot higher than mine, and all of them tend to be a little more contemplative during their turns. One Monocycler here. We said that pack 2 was probably going to build our deck, but it doesn't really look like it. Mythos of Vadrock, and then maybe 3 1-mana Cyclers isn't bad, but do need some more payoff cards besides the Fox. Okay. We did it. We did it, guys. And that is, that's basically what I said, is if we were getting cut, it was going to be one of these two guys, and so the packs coming this way were going to be good for us. And we did get a bunch of 1-mana Cyclers, and then the Zenith Flare payoff. We'll just keep taking Cyclers at this point. I mean, if we have one, I mean, this is really just our plan. Anything else we pick up along the way is a bonus. Marmoset, solid. Glad to see that. And then I always do this whenever I play cycling. While we're drafting, keep everything separate. Let's get our gems. Actually, I don't know if this account is up to gems yet. Yeah, dude, Marmoset is solid. I mean, you can win basically with Zenith Flare alone, but you're a lot better off if you've got a little bit of early game as well, just to keep the board state in control, or get that extra damage in before you have to flare. I actually really like Wolverine in this deck as well, because almost all of these cards are instants or sorceries. So he becomes active real quick. Oh boy. It's not a lot of anything for us, honestly. Cathartic Reunion, maybe? I don't know, Neutralize is a 2-mana cycler, but um, honestly, Cathartic is good card draw value. You know, we're not really at a want for 2-mana cyclers. I'm going to take the Cathartic here. Have another startling development. Oh, almost missed this. Another 1-mana cycler. Yeah, I will absolutely splash a little bit of blue for Ominous Seas. 100%, I think it's one of the best cycling payoff cards. I'll always splash a blue or two for Ominous Seas. Yeah, dude, getting the double strike on this guy, I mean, in this case, we could have it before I even play him on turn 3 with all of the 1-mana cyclers we've picked up. Not a dang thing in here for us. I don't think we'll play the 1 Evolving Wilds that we did pick up. Let's just do a little poop on somebody for this one. It's another rough pack. We'll take the Wolverine. Frostveil Ambush here. 4, 6, 4, 8, 10, 11, 13, 15, 18 cyclers so far. Not bad. We're not going to play any of these. We'll just get some uncommon credit. Depending on what we pick up in the last couple of packs, well, I mean, we're only halfway through pack 3. You can be comfortable with a cycling deck playing anywhere between 13 and 15 lands. If we pick up a couple more 1-mana cyclers, I wouldn't hesitate to start at 14 and see if we need to move down. But it doesn't really look like there's anything coming out right now. We could take Convolute, but I don't think we'd play it either way. Even though this is the store's account and it's not my personal account, sometimes, at a certain point when you collect enough of the, uncommons and rares, you start getting gems back for taking them. So, even though, Pastimes Online might not be there, it's just good practice to, something's not going to get in there, just throw it in your sideboard. That being said, if at any point, it's between like a low value money card or something like getting a few gems and something that you would actually play and would improve your deck, both digitally and in person, I think the general rule is you always play, like you always take the card that best fits your deck. If there's something you can play, take it. Set like a certain dollar threshold for yourself, like, oh, if I find a $10 card, I'm going to take it. But other than that, if there's a card that's good for your deck and synergizes well and will let you have like a more enjoyable time playing the game, take that card. Hate drafting is not really a viable strategy. As much as you might be shooting someone else, or you might be like hampering someone else. You're shooting yourself in the foot as well. Just spend time drafting and picking the cards that best suit what you're trying to do. Welcome back, Skylar. So this looks like fine for 14 lands. We will play the one Evolving Wilds. We do have the Ominous Seas, so we've got 12 left. I'm going to play 3 blue because we do have some blue cards that we can play. Do 4 on our red and 5 on white. Cool, let's run it. Super glad we picked up the one Zenith Flare. Hope that it works out. Not a lot of payoffs between, the Fox and the Flare, but and Ominous Seas, which is absolutely one of my favorites. Go ahead and get white. Oh, just kidding. Should have gotten red. I'm going to cycle main phase because I do want to try and draw land. Cool. Got one here. Yeah, looking at definitely some sort of counter spell. Cool. It looks like we'll be able to make a token at the end of his turn. Or in response to something here. Nope, that's fine. All right. I mean, we are not a reactive deck. A lot of our turns are going to look like this. It's super boring to play against. It's kind of boring to play, but honestly, it's the best deck in the format, and if you get the cards for it, you just run it out there. 5, 6, 7. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, there's our Zenith Flare. I mean, he's gonna block here. Just run this boy out. I'd be super surprised if our opponent could drum up 16 damage this turn. Okay. That's perfectly fine. May even have a second removal spell for the Wolverine. Nah, just a second creature. Totally fine. Yeah, we'll offer the trade here. I mean, I would rather trade my 3/2 for a 3/4 fly, or for a 5/5 than for a 3/4. And now I'll go ahead and cycle. Put out our Marmoset. Drop a land. Pass the turn. Yeah, it seemed like a poor trade. I think he thought that I wouldn't block, and, like, barring another counterspell in his hand, there's nothing about his deck that I'm afraid of. Um... Oop, why did it do that? Oh, because it doesn't automatically adjust. Okay, yep, there it is. So he's got to have 7 more damage this turn somehow. Doesn't seem likely, but I'm pretty sure he... I mean, I'd guess he does not have a third counter spell, but... could be super wrong. Okay, well, I'm going to cast this, and if he has a counter spell, he can counter it. Yeah, well, that's not an artifact or a creature spell. Cool. Yep, baiting him out with the Mythos was the right play. He responded exactly as we expected him to. And that is how we won that game. All right, let's play out one more before I call it a night. No mentioned last time that I am looking for a new computer chair. I'm in like a metal folding chair right now, and it super sucks. If anyone has suggestions, I'd be happy to hear them. Driving myself nuts trying to look and see what's worth the money. Ooh, Klesmond. Yeah, that is a fancy name. All right, let's do it, Klesmond. I'm here for this. Turn to Ominous Seas again. Not bad. We're going to take a little bit of damage here. Awesome. We're just going to Divine Arrow and then cycle here. Just don't need to be taking this extra damage. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Snare Tactician really isn't the problem. Play out my Wolverine here. Ooh. Opponent's trying to push through some damage. It's all good. Alright, he's got the tap. I'm going to Startling Development if he attacks. Yeah, what you got, baby? I love it. I love it. Yeah, thank you. Nice. I mean, that is what I mean. Cycling is a toolbox deck. These cards, sometimes you play them, and sometimes they are just a blowout. Oh, Klesman, my man, he's digging. I mean, me too, though. Wow. All right, I'm at 15. He has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He needs a lot more. And now one more even. Thanks. Thank you. Good game. And good games, everybody. Thanks for coming and hanging out. We picked up 7 wins and a loss tonight, which is not bad at all. See, Thursday. It's Thursday now. So Sunday night, I'll be here to pick back up. I'm not sure if Davis is going to draft with this deck or play with this draft deck tomorrow night, but he'll be on tomorrow at 7. As always, if you're looking to pick up anything at pastimes.net, you can use the code PASTIMESRE10 at the top of the screen, get 10% off your order. And hope you guys are all staying healthy and safe. I'll